After I got divorced years ago and I had 2 little kids, I just sunk into a really dark place. I mean, I kind of was obsessed with how much my life sucked. Have you ever sat in that kind of negativity? Like, I felt like I was drowning in self-pity. And I remember one night, I just felt so sick of myself. I was so sick of all the negativity and all my hatred towards myself and my life. And I started thinking, okay, how do I get out of this? How do I get unstuck? And the only thing I could think of is I thought, well, maybe if I focus on somebody else, it'll distract me from my own neediness. So maybe what I should do is volunteer. So I thought, all right, this is a good idea. Woke up the next morning, I called the local hospital, I called a soup kitchen, I called a homeless shelter, offering to volunteer. And I got rejected by every single place. Now, they had good reasons, okay? Because at the time I had a 2- and a 3-year-old, couldn't afford a babysitter, would have to bring him along, and let's be honest, nobody wants a 2- and a 3-year-old volunteering, all right? They probably burn the place down. But still, when you already feel like a loser, and then you get rejected from volunteering, that'll take your current loser status to like a whole new level of losership. But still, that feisty side of me would not ease up. And I thought, all right, fine, nobody will have me, I'll figure it out on my own. And I started thinking, even when I feel like I have nothing, even when I feel completely worthless and I hate myself, is there one thing I'm still confident in? And the only thing I could come up with is I can cook a great meal on a tiny budget. And of course, the first thoughts were, so what, Christina? That doesn't make you special. Millions of other people can cook a great meal on a small budget. Big deal. But I decided to ignore that negativity, and impulsively, without even thinking it through, I wrote an email to all my contacts in the area, all my friends, and I said, every Wednesday night, I'm going to feed people. So if you know someone who could use a meal, maybe it's an elderly person who just lost their spouse and they're just lonely, maybe it's a college kid who's sick of cafeteria food, maybe it's someone who's new to town and wants to meet people, as long as you know them personally, bring them over. My door will be wide open at 6 p.m. So at the time, I couldn't even afford an apartment just for myself, so my kids and I were sharing one room that we rented, and then we had a roommate. And I got permission from my roommate to do this, and I went to the 99-cent store. And I wasn't trying to, follow some recipe or create some meal that was gonna impress people. I just wanted to make the best meal I could on the tiniest budget. So I picked up a few items from the 99-cent store. I made homemade bread, because that takes pennies to make. And at 6 o'clock sharp, I opened the front door of my little apartment, and nobody was there. And I thought, of course. Why would my friends ever bring anyone to this crummy little apartment? They would be embarrassed to let anyone hang out with a loser like me. But within a few minutes, a few people showed up. And then a few more people showed up. And then a few more people showed up. And by the end of the evening, I had to make a whole new batch of pasta, and there were people standing outside the apartment because they couldn't fit in with their plates eating. And these people were so thankful to me, the girl who was convinced she had nothing to offer anyone. And I will never forget when that last person left and I closed the door. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but it was almost like a movie scene. I just remember sinking to the ground and sobbing. You know that sob where your whole body is just shaking? I was sobbing. But for the first time in a really long time, I wasn't crying tears of helplessness and negativity. I was crying like a new person who just got her new will for life, because I realized that even when I feel like I have nothing to offer, I still have something. Even when I feel like I am completely worthless, I have something to offer. See, here's the problem. The reason I was stuck is because I was focused on that long list of things that I couldn't do and I didn't have, instead of focusing on the much shorter list of what I could do and did have. And by the way, that list will always be shorter, always. But that is where your step forward is. And I continued those Wednesday night dinners, and people started bringing items. It almost became like a potluck, but those saved me. And really, while it looked to everybody like I was doing something nice for others, this was my healing. I needed to show myself that that list is where my power lied, that very short list.